We may be in lockdown, but I've got some good news. This episode of the Happy Hour podcast is sponsored. We've only gone and got a sponsor, Stevie. The lovely guys over at Pouch have sponsored us. Now, Stevie, let me ask you three simple questions. Are you in the UK?
Well, I'm not allowed to go anywhere else at the moment.
Do you have access to a desktop computer or a laptop?
What do you think I'm using?
And do you want to save money with absolutely no effort?
Always.
Then all you need to do is check out Pouch. Pouch is a free browser extension that searches the World Wide Webby for the best discount codes and automatically applies them to your basket when you shop online. It saves you time and money with zero effort. How does that sound, boy?
Bloody amazing.
Well, you're not allowed to swear. That's the brand deal ruined. Also, Stevie, it works on over 3,000 UK websites. In fact, Pouch works with more UK e-commerce websites than any other extension. So even if you have the others downloaded, if you're in the UK, you need to install Pouch so you're not missing out. So basically, say you're on like eBay or something, and you're looking at Joe Exotic wigs or whatever you look at. Add one of them to your basket, go to checkout, and boom, Pouch pops up with a cute little discount code to save you some moolah.
I'll order a wig now.
Give me your best Joe Exotic.
All I've got in my locker is Carol Baskin.
It's not bad. I just want to say a personal massive thank you to Pouch, because obviously we are in lockdown, so it's harder to get sponsors on the channel, but they have stepped up to the mark. They're helping us out. And to be honest, it is actually a good little extension. Download Pouch by clicking the link in the description or go to joinpouch.com/I/happy hour. It takes 2 clicks to install, literally in the time it took Stevie to do that terrible impression. You could have installed Pouch. Nice one, guys. Wow. And on with the episode. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the second part of the Happy Hour Festival special. And today we are going to be talking about the most embarrassing things that have happened at a festival. So let's jump straight into it.
I'm going to have to skip this one, boys, because
Because you never do anything embarrassing because you're such a legend.
No, just because I've been to the one festival.
Yeah.
So I can't really say.
Just you going is quite embarrassing.
I mean, so 2012. I've told how my weekend ended with this female on a previous podcast, so I didn't say how it started.
Right.
So basically, 2012, first ever festival, buzzing to be there, pleasure, right? We are camped up, having a good time. There's some girls and boys camping nearby, which we make friends with. And this girl who ended up a couple of days later, you know, the one that I said last night at the festival, stayed in my tent in the morning, gave me a BJ. I thought, that's a bit. I've not
had anyone call it a BJ for about 10 years. Is that because we've got Boris Johnson in office now?
That's it. She gave a BJ to my stiffy. It was amazing.
Jordan is our stifler.
But
out came sperm.
Yeah, that's it.
I still call it sperm.
This, I mean, it's not so much in it. Well, it was embarrassing, but it's also kind of like a rookie error, right?
From
a rookie error for a. This is my advice. Look, if you're going to a festival to pull or whatever, you're a young single man or whatever, right? On the first night, don't get marked with a hickey on your neck.
Yeah.
Because this is what happened, right? So the first night, or might have been the second night, I can't quite remember, as a few years ago, do you know what I mean? Let us off. We went to one of our tents, I don't know, got a bit smoochy, do you know what I mean?
A bit smoochy.
Yeah, and then she gave me a hickey. So what I did the next day, fucking fuming, went down, got the bus thing to Tesco, looked for plasters, right?
You put a plaster on you. I'd rather have a hickey than a plaster.
It gets worse, mate.
Oh,
right?
A bandage.
Found plasters. All the normal plasters were sold out. I had a Mr. Bump, Mr. Man plaster on my neck.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
For the fact, because I weren't a hickey. Because I was like, you know what I mean?
You look into things way too much, man.
Probably.
So hold on, it was the same girl?
Yeah.
So you got a Mr. Bump sticker just so other girls didn't think you'd been with another girl, but you still ended up with the same girl anyway?
No. Right. So it wasn't my intention to like pull or anything, to be fair. I think hickeys are repulsive. I'm just saying, if you want to pull, don't be marked like that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. So
you make it sound like you've been branded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You often come on here worried that you're going to sound like a predator. You definitely just have done that.
Hiding in plain sight. Do you know what I mean? But,
If you're gonna get with someone, don't get caught.
no one panic. It's fine. I know we're going for about another 40 minutes. I've left my water outside. So just
There's enough water here to
thank
solve
you,
everyone.
mate. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. But yeah, so that it's not so much embarrassing, but it's not ideal.
Hickeys are
that's-
embarrassing.
Yeah, they're horrible. They're horrible.
I went to McDonald's yesterday, went to the drive-through, second window, picked up my McFlurry, got the guy that gave it to me had a massive hickey on his neck. I wanted to hit him. I thought, what are you doing? You're serving me food. I don't want to be thinking about the... He weren't a looker, so I imagine she weren't. Like, well, like,
He might have an amazing personality.
all right. Well, if you got a winning personality, fair enough. But he was rude as well.
Right.
So like, he's handed me my McFlurry, and I thought someone was sucking your neck last night, and I hate the thought of that. I hate the thought that
and
you're
he was sweaty.
Yeah,
It's been a hot week.
Yeah, he's passed me my McFlurry. I was like, I didn't order fish fingers. I'll let that go.
That's fucking brand.
It's a penny
That's
drop.
it.
No, I got it. Yeah.
Right. What
Speaking
I want
of
to know.
that, okay, sorry.
So go on.
No, I was just gonna say festivals. I remember. Oh man, oh god. Listen, we've all got a past. All right. But anyway, Leeds Festival 2013.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, very damp, right? Very wet.
The second you've said we've all got a past, I've heard most of yours, and I already know it's going to be rank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
We've got a past, but no one could look at us and go, you did that. That's all you.
Our past is pretty black and white. Yours is colourful. Do you know what I mean?
Mainly brown.
And you know what colourful means? If someone goes, he's got a colourful internet history, you're not thinking he's been on Bebo. Do you know what I mean? He's been on the
Listen.
black web looking at kiddie
it's
porn.
all whoa. It's all character building,
Right.
right? Anyway, so Leeds Festival 2013. I think like the Sunday was the only day there was actually sunshine, and so for the whole weekend it was damp, it was wet, and obviously just dampness smells anyway. Anyway, I had this girl in the old tent. Do you know what I mean? Night before, nothing major happened. Might have been a bit of fingering and that. Who knows? That's for you
That's
to
dying
decide.
out. That's the thing that's dying out.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
I think there's an art form to that.
Is there?
Yeah, because I think there's because some people I think just go for the full on blast, but there's actually like areas
But
that you can manipulate.
I
and
find
that.
when it comes to fingering, like
Yeah.
I've done it so few and far between. You
Poor
can't
Fiona.
you can't practice unless you're with a human, right? So
yeah.
you have to do your practicing on a human.
Yeah,
You know when you
and
when
then you get feedback, and then you go.
Yeah, but then the perfect person is someone you're with, because they can be like, oh, actually, I like it like this. But also, every girl's
Yeah.
different. So you
Yeah,
could do one,
but-
you could
yeah,
try a
but-
technique with her, try it with the next one, like, what the fuck are you doing?
exactly my point.
But you've been with the same one for like 4 years.
There's a lot.
I don't wanna-
There is consistencies. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say, I don't want
Certain
people
areas.
imagining my current girlfriend. When I say fingering,
Fiancé.
I'm talking about previous lovers, right?
Okay.
Right.
Love
Like
us.
with a man, it's very linear. It's very grab this sausage and see how quickly you can
Oh,
move
it's not
it.
though, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
What, you've got a complicated dick, have you?
No, I've just had some awful hand jobs from
it's like,
girls.
whoa,
Can I just
that's
say-
an organ.
Sometimes I wish that we just gave. Well, I'm a big fan of the Football Ramble, right? The
Right.
podcast, and they title their podcasts a random quote from the show.
Right.
I wish that I could do that on this show.
Just
and we'd
call us,
still
I've
get
had
clicked.
some awful hand jobs.
No, Stevie's got a complicated dick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I do.
I think men are pretty straightforward. You grab that,
I know what you mean. It's yeah.
whereas
yeah.
girls, it's like doing the most difficult Rubik's cube you've ever fucking
Well,
done. It's like,
I don't know about that.
oh, you got this thing here, you got that there. Oh, but you don't like that. But the last one liked that. So, boof, boof, boof,
I'll give you some advice. Learn piano. Then you got it
Nah,
all sorted.
Dexterity. What were we even talking about? Oh yeah, my
You
tent.
fingered
Right,
someone on the
yeah.
tent.
So there was a bit going on. It was damp anyway, so it didn't smell great. Anyway, in the morning,
The
right?
tent or her.
No, the tent. And her, right? So in the
Let's not
morning.
degrade women like this,
No,
George.
listen, Mr. fucking Rubik's Cube pussy over there. Right?
That's not degrading women. That's saying they've got a complicated quest that I have to solve.
Come
You
on.
over there, damp, smelly.
I was talking about the tent.
Guys, calm down. Let True Geordie carry on talking.
Oh. Should I do this in the Geordie accent for the rest of it? Should I? Let me try. Hang on. So on the Sunday it was fucking so. Is that Geordie?
That's very weak compared to his.
Anyway, right. So on the Sunday it was very fucking hot. All of a sudden the sun came through the fucking sky, through the clouds, right? And it was baking. And so
You can tell it's hot in the studio by the fact that the sun came through the sky.
That's how it feels right now.
Anyway, it just amplified this musk, right?
Right.
This foisty
I hate
musk.
that word.
Yeah. And it just, my tent just fucking reeked of fish.
Actual
and damp,
fish.
And yeah, just a bit of, like a bit.
I feel like this is a massive misconception. But
It's
like,
not.
Yeah.
if a woman ever gets to a point where it smells fishy, something's
Mate,
gone
you're talking
wrong.
Wednesday to Monday in a fucking tent.
Baby
Unwashed.
wipes.
Yeah, but even baby wipes only go so far.
As far as your finger can go, I assume.
What's your top 5 festival lineup?
Yeah.
Segway, love it.
Yeah, I can't even, how can I segue from fish?
So
How can I do that?
I'm always
Real
here
Big
to-
Fish.
I'm always here to
That's a
lower
band.
the
Yeah.
tone.
Okay. Right. I'll try that again. Right. Oh, that's a great fish story, Jordan. Really is. Talking of fish,
Have you ever seen Real Big
do
Fish?
you remember the '90s band Real Big Fish, popular from FIFA 2006? Do you remember that? I'm gonna go to the record store. I'm gonna give them all my money. Do you remember that?
I love it when
Copyright
you
strike.
sing.
Radio plays what I wanted to play. Believe it.
So yeah, ideal acts. I've got a little bit. I've mixed my ideal acts up a bit.
I'm taking this from a different perspective. I'm going for what I haven't seen.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, or
They might be shit.
Well, this is it. Like, because I mean, Foo Fighters, like Metallica, Muse, Fall Out Boy, Foles, Mumford & Sons, like Biffy Clyro, so many massive acts I've already seen. That's the thing with going to festivals. What I've found is like you find yourself being like, oh fuck, I've seen them. And
Yeah.
you just, because there's just so many on display.
Yeah.
Alt J,
Yeah.
Bastille, fantastic.
When I was making my list, I've seen a couple of the people already, but what I've gone for is a massive mix.
Have you?
But like,
and
they're
are we talking
completely
alive?
different.
Are we talking alive or dead or?
No, alive still. So this could actually
Right,
happen.
okay, yeah,
The reason
yeah.
I've gone for a massive mix is because when I think of like listening to music, when you go to like a gig, so
Yeah.
not a festival, you're going and you're specifically going to see that band and you already know what to
Yeah.
expect. When you go to a festival, the atmosphere is everything.
Yes.
So you could
Okay,
watch a
that's a
band.
great
You
point.
could watch a band you
That's just
despise,
shifted.
but love the moment. So when I went on mine, I had a couple of slow ones. So I put Matt Corby and Hosier on there. So people that I know can sing very well and could perform well. Might not
Hosier.
necessarily be the best moment when I'm
Is
there.
that Take Me to Church?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that one tune.
He's got a few good songs if you actually listen
That'd
to
be a
the
good
music.
7-minute set for you, boy.
But that's why I started with that.
Can I just say, because I want you to do, right?
Okay.
This is just to lay it out. I want it to be non-chronological order, right?
Right.
No, chronological
any order.
order, surely, right?
In what sense?
So I want it.
Are we saying like if this is like a magical
Early.
stage?
Yeah, magical
so you got bang,
stage.
bang, 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 headliner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're starting off early. You're starting
Okay.
about, let's say about,
All right.
you're going sort of like 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 11.
Okay.
Right.
As I said, mine are weird. These aren't necessarily the best people I'd ever want to see.
That's fine.
But it's part of the atmosphere in the moment.
It's your show. It's your podcast.
So they
You
would
go
be
ahead.
they would be the bottom.
Yeah.
Matt Corby and Jose would be the first ones I'd want to see.
What? Who's
Yeah.
first?
That you've asked me to go in chronological order. Now you're asking me to skip straight to one.
But you just, no, I'm saying you just said 2. Who's playing first?
Oh, they were mixed as like one. That I didn't know which.
They're doing a super
fine.
band, like Busted, like Muck Busted.
Yeah, Matt Hosier.
Oh, shut
Okay,
up.
fine.
Jesus.
Ignore Hosier, then I'd prefer Matt Corby.
Oh, savage. Shout out
for the voice.
Oh, you're saying one or the other. You're not saying
Yeah,
one then
no,
the other.
yeah, I wouldn't
All right,
care.
You
One
can
of
have
them-
2 options once, and then all the others have got to be set.
Oh, I got another one,
Right.
which is 2 options. But for the this is to then pump me up.
Right. That's pumped up.
No, that
No,
starts
he's not gonna say
to
that.
then
Oh.
pump me up
He's going
is
to say Adele.
it's someone like Marshmallow, someone who if I go on a night out, like
Yeah.
when you're drinking, you need like something
That's
a bit more
that's a
upbeat.
headliner for me. I don't want to go nuts at Marshmallow and then be tired by the time 6 p.m. rolls round. The
you're-
vaccines.
You're a pussy.
I'm fucked
I go all
already,
night.
mate.
I go all night at the moment.
Yeah, that's a joke, say. Sorry.
Then I've got 3 others. I don't know what order I'd put them in. I've got, strange enough, one you two will never agree on, but
Right.
there is a reason. Bruno Mars. I've
Mate,
never seen a man perform in
Right.
such a way when
I
you've watched
mean-
him and get a crowd going.
People say he's the modern. I tried to speak.
People
through
say that.
People say he's all right. No, people say he's the modern day MJ, don't they?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
the performance on that.
Natalie is an amazing song by Bruno Mars. Check
Yeah,
out.
but like performance-wise, you're going to get some slow songs. You're going to get some songs which gets everyone pumped.
Yeah.
So that's why part of me went, do I do that last? Because then he could slow it down towards the end. Because nothing worse. I remember being at must have been Chemical Brothers or Catfish.
Oh my God.
It ends. You're in this massive hype, and it's like it ends, and you're like, I don't know what to do. And you're like, so you go to this tent and just go and watch someone random you never heard of, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's not the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I'd prefer it to slow down towards the end.
Right.
But then I've got
Jesus.
2 others. Panic at the Disco, I'll always love
Right,
them.
okay,
I
yeah.
went and actually saw them live and it was insane.
Sub-headliner, yeah.
And then Kings of Leon.
Headlining. Go on, boy.
Okay.
Kings,
fair
Kings,
I'll
yeah.
give you one of them. They're my favourite band.
Thanks.
What I want you guys to do, because I reckon this will probably be a standalone segment that goes up in the YouTube channel. So if you are watching this on YouTube, do comment down below and let us know not what the best is, because I think it's very subjective,
Yeah.
but which one, if these were lineups, which one would you be going to?
But then you kind of got to have similar genres then, really.
No.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I've got such a mix in there.
What
Yeah.
I want these guys to think that if these were physical, say this was a
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday
Yeah.
show, what
Yeah.
day are you going to if you could only go to one?
Okay,
Yeah,
but
okay,
I will quickly say with Marshmallow, I know you said I couldn't mix. I also put Calvin Harris's name. And the reason I did that is more for our age group. So I feel like
He's
in
got so
those
many
moments,
bangers.
he's got so many bangers, but there's so many old ones with like Neo and stuff, and you're like,
Yeah.
out of nowhere, you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Here's-
Haven't I done some-
Here's one with examples good.
Yeah, so moments like that, you're just like, this is.
See, I think that's a good 5, but I think you may have put that in order of preference when what you should have done, if you was a festival organiser, you should have put Marshmallow first and had Kings of Leon slowly digress into Marshmallow.
If only I fucking organised a festival before
Neat.
coming here. So pissed off at myself.
Neither of you are going to like mine, but
Go on.
There we go.
It's not about us, it's about the viewers.
He is wearing a
Okay.
vest with Slipknot on it.
True.
that's it. Right, so I'm gonna open with Fever 333.
Never
They're
heard of
fucking
them.
sick. They're massive. They're massively up and coming. They're pretty much like a new modern. What are they called?
Fever 222, they're like the new one.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh,
A bit
yeah.
like that.
Killing in the name of.
Exactly. Christmas #1. Great song. So I'd go from Fever 333. I'd probably from there go into a bit of Don Broco. Don Broco are class. They're
Would
fucking sick.
you go overboard?
Fucking sick. So that's 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
and
get into
then
about 6 p.m. now, Jordan. What's on now?
6 p.m. This is difficult. Okay, 6 p.m. I'm gonna throw on.
Oh, he's not confident, guys. He's not, if you're going to throw a festival, you've
No,
got to
I
be
think it's
confident.
because my final 3 are like headline or whatever. Pretty
Okay,
much.
so you're debating the order. You're confident of the acts, but you're not sure of the order. I get you. Got you.
Okay, so I'm probably going to say, fuck it. He was on at 4 last year.
Go on.
6 p.m. as a sun starting to like settle. You're going to enjoy some Post Malone.
I knew you were going to say it.
You're going to enjoy some Post Malone.
It's fair enough, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From there, you're going to inexplicably go into System of a Down.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Never heard a song.
You go, really?
They're fucking
No idea.
I've probably
They're
heard.
crazy.
I've probably heard a song.
Are you going more because you've
Chop
gone from
suey.
Post Malone to that?
No, because I think.
See, this
Post
is what I
Malone
mean
will
by,
hype you
like,
for
you've-
it, yeah.
you've kinda-
You've got the progression of the tempos there. So-
Yeah.
So what are you doing for headliner?
And then headliner.
Oh, I'm scared.
I'm just going to go with my vest because they're one of the last bands I need to see.
Slipknot.
I'm going to have
I
Slipknot
would have
headliner.
never. I would have never guessed that. If you weren't wearing that vest, I would have never guessed that. You could have given me 100
Slipknot.
guesses. I wouldn't have guessed it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Slipknot headliner.
I would have looked at you more of a David Guetta guy.
Jesus. Oh!
You said Calvin Harris can't.
No, for him.
Yeah, but you can't say, oh,
But
you're David Guetta when you literally
if I
picked
could
the
have-
Scottish version.
If I could
Yeah.
have one, like Stevie did, this or this one, I would have either System of a Down or, because they were fucking phenomenal last year, Pendulum.
Pendulum would be
fucking-
quality.
Yeah, I've seen Pendulum.
That atmosphere was sick.
Yeah. Do they do
Fucking-
Tarantula?
They did the lot.
Oh,
Fucking hell. Did you
I
not
gotta
go?
well, last year?
Pendulum?
No.
I saw Pendulum
sick.
and it was the worst thing I've ever done.
Why?
It was in Ibiza.
That's good.
No, mate, you've been in this studio and you're fucking despising it. Try being sunburnt in Ibiza. People jumping
Did
on
Did you
you.
get the chest sausages?
No, there were no sausages involved, but you're spending fucking 15 quid on a bottle of water and you're just listening to Tarantula. You're trying to enjoy it and you just hate
You got
life.
to try and remove the elements from this hypothetical question.
Yeah.
You got to go for, or theoretical, I
Yeah.
should say, not
Yeah.
hypothetical.
It's all on you now, Jack.
I'm going to go for one of mine you may have a dispute against because technically I know you said still alive. They are still alive, but they're not together.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
no, we'll allow it.
Right, okay.
To kick off the day, I'm going to say Ben Howard in the sunshine,
Right.
cider in hand, bit of
Okay.
wolves.
Is he the one that's still not? Does he still do music?
I don't know. I think he does, but I think he got so artsy that it just became a bit shit.
We both started very similar then.
Yeah,
in that sense.
Ben Howard and Matt Corby are very similar.
Or like Tom Grennan, someone like that.
Number 4 is Tom Grennan for me.
There we go. Yeah.
I was going to go Ben Howard to Tom Grennan. Tom Grennan will get the crowd going.
Good transition.
Friend of the podcast.
Obviously, didn't have the best starts with old Grennan, but we're pally now. We're pally now.
And his music's great.
I fell in love with the Light and Matches album. That is my most played album of the year.
And whether he wants a promotion or not, he's just released a new song.
I love that cover, City of Stars.
Yeah.
You talking about that?
Yeah, he's
that's
just
on the
that.
O2 advert. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Stars.
Such a gravelly voice. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, I saw him at UEA and he's just really fucking good. So I'd go Ben Howard, Tom Grennan. Tom may argue that he should be higher up on this bill. It's not level of fame here or level of how good they are. It's just, I think Catfish will take it to that next level.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
I know all their tunes. I'm a big fan. Second place, the sub-headliners after Catfish have got the crowd a bit sweaty. I've got that kind of slash option here, so I've got 2.
Okay.
I'm going to go for Post Malone,
Nice.
or just because I'm a fan.
I was just going to say, sorry to interrupt. He was fucking sick, weren't he, when we saw him at the O2?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
I'm actually
He was
surprised.
Fucking sick.
I'm surprised you haven't all with him. I would have thought he'd just be a solid.
No,
But you're happy to swap him for?
I'm happy to swap him because what I thought is I started thinking about themes as well. I started thinking about mine fit a very like thorough theme right now. Ben Howard, Tom Grennan, Catfish. Post Malone is the outlier in this, so I would slash him with Kings of Leon.
Okay.
Right.
Because I think they fit the bill a bit better.
Yep.
And then number 1, not necessarily my favourite band. I mean, every person on this list so far I prefer to this, but I'd probably go Oasis.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being there at 10 at night and everyone's going, say baby.
Yeah.
That has the kind of feeling I said with where you don't want to be truly buzzing right at the end where you're like, I need to carry on.
What are you
But it has
saying,
a
Oasis
buzz
then?
because everyone's singing it together.
Yeah, but for me, festivals, and this is a little tip that I'd give to anyone listening out there who's perhaps doing their first festival, don't take the headliners as your headliners. Sure, they're your headliners, but move on to the silent disco. That's where you can go nuts.
I gotta say, after I saw Catfish, we went on and watched Idris Elba DJ.
Did ya?
Weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Gimmick for me, that.
Yeah, it was mental. I just wanted to see Idris Elba in person because I love the guy.
Was he good looking?
Yeah, but it was him. But
He's great looking.
It was
guy.
just like he was just playing music. It was kind of irrelevant that it was him.
Just press and play on a.
But he was a DJ before an actor, wasn't he? So
Was he?
that was why he did it, I think. I think we do still need to say we've done our preferred lineups, but what are our top 3? We haven't done that.
What do you mean?
We haven't actually said what the top 3 that we've seen.
Oh, yeah. I blew my load a bit early, didn't I, by saying Metallica was the best I've ever
Jordan.
seen. Should I just finish my other 2 then?
Yeah, go on.
Right, so
Metallica.
obviously Metallica are the best. Yeah. Muse put on an insane show.
Yeah.
Right. And it's more. I'm going to say this, and it's actually based off. No, the whole set was incredible, but it's also what they did at the end. So last year, saw Sum 41, which I thought I'll go see them because they got some old bangers and like it's a gimmick. Like I'm sure they'll try to plug their new shit. They didn't. They just played. They knew their position. They knew that like they hadn't played many live shows in a long time. So rather than coming out and trying to plug a new album that no one gives a fuck about, they just smashed out all their old bangers and it was sick. And then at the end, halfway through Fat Lip, the music died down. And then they started playing Faint by Linkin Park, and Mike Shinoda, who was on just before them, came out and they performed Linkin Park's Faint as a tribute to Chester, and it was one of the best things I've ever fucking seen. And also, I have seen Linkin Park as well, and they were fucking amazing. But yeah, but they weren't at a festival. So yeah, I would say Metallica, Muse, and then Sum 41 / Mike Shinoda because they performed together.
I gotta say, if you go and see Sum 41 now, they will plug their new shit because they've just released an album, whereas they wouldn't have.
That's that kind of age-old question that even bothers like little old nobody YouTubers like me. Like you want to move on, you want to try your new stuff, but people subscribed for the old stuff. Yeah. So how can you?
Him in his festival.
Yeah. How do you? That's probably a debate for another time. Yeah. But I fully get it.
I think it's more the older bands that struggle with that. Like someone new, like if Lewis Capaldi went out on stage now and started doing a song no one's heard, then people would buzz. They'd be like, what the fuck? This is new. If someone like Sum 41 Bowling for Soup, someone like that does it, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, play fucking another song. In my mind, I just went, over my head. There we go.
Bad guy, all the good girls.
Girl, all the bad guys.
Yeah,
no, guy, all the girl all the bad guys want. She's the girl all the bad. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your top three you've seen?
Yeah, annoying. Mine's obviously only the one festival, but it's weird actually because I've got Catfish on there. Catfish were very, very good.
Yeah.
I've got Chemical Brothers on there. I'm not a big fan of their music.
That's probably because you've seen three artists.
No, obviously I've seen like George Ezra and Idris Elba.
He's number 3.
Craig David was there. But
joint third.
But the reason I put Chemical Brothers on there is, as I said, the atmosphere is a big thing, and that was. Boardmasters was a really weird festival in that most of the people there felt young. I didn't touch them.
Felt young.
But you could like look at them and you could go,
that's
like
young,
it
that.
felt like quite a young festival. And Chemical Brothers, because it's older music, was the first time I felt like it was like 25s and above. And I won't lie, everyone was off their fucking nut, and I was just watching, and it was some of the funniest content I've seen in my own brain.
Yeah.
Just watching other people lose their shit. And then like my housemates seemed to enjoy that more, and that made me like when everyone else is enjoying it around you. George Ezra was disgusting. I like his music, but like
I'm not a fan of
you
him
can't
live.
You're trapped in this like when it's such a big act, if you try to get anywhere that's not at the back, you're trapped, you can't move, you can't properly enjoy yourself if you're not in a situation.
I just stand at the back now. I've reached that
I
age where I'm
prefer
happy
that.
to stand and chill.
And then Years and Years actually. Again, not a big fan of their music.
I've seen them 2-3 times.
So good.
Really good.
And then
really good live.
Emanike came out and performed a song with them, and it was so good.
Yeah, Years and Years are a great shout.
Yeah.
They're really good.
And then the only other one that I really liked was which again is a surprise for me, was Rag and Bone Man.
Really?
His voice was incredible.
I'm only human.
And he rapped, and it's quite an
That's how he
experience.
started. He used to be an MC.
Yeah, he was really good. But again, I don't really listen to his music outside. But that's what I mean. Like when you go to festivals or like moments like that, because when you pay for a gig, you pay to go and see that act.
Yeah.
You might enjoy the support act, but unlikely. It's more like you're there to see that. A lot of people skip a support act at that.
They do.
But festivals, you're like, I'm here, I've paid this, I'll go see what I can. And you end up seeing these people that you're like, what the fuck? I never thought I'd enjoy that. And you do.
Or you're walking from tent to tent and you just hear something funky and you wander over.
You wander in. If you do that, if you do go to festivals, be sure to support the smaller tents. My cousin Franco Fraze does the festival circuit quite a lot. He's done Redden and Leeds. He does the introducing stage and he puts on a great show. Many people may turn their nose up and go, I've never heard of this guy. If you go, you'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm going to go for a little break now. I need a wee and I need a towel down. And when we come back, I'll give you my top 3 artists I've ever seen. There's some surprising ones in there. And we'll wrap the show up. So come back in a second. Cheers. Hello and welcome back to Jack Mate's Happy Hour podcast, the last segment of this bumper special music festival special. My 3 favourite acts I've seen live. I couldn't think. There's been too many, so I'm just going to give you 3 at the top of my head. I'm sure there'll be others that would top this, but Eminem is always good, really good. Foo Fighters, I like them when I saw them at Redden.
See him again this time as well.
Probably will ponder down there, yeah, for sure. And then I'm going to give an honourable mention to The Enemy.
Okay.
Yeah, they were one of the first bands I saw at a festival. Yeah. And they got the crowd going. I know they're discontinued now, I think, maybe. Or I'm getting back together.
Yeah, I don't know if they...
but yeah, I really liked The Enemy, and I got into the you know a band's good if you go to see them without knowing many songs, and then that gets you into the band.
Yeah.
Usually you have to go knowing all the songs, and then you enjoy it. But if you can do it in reverse, it's a good show. Stevie, I know you've got a few questions for us.
So, going into this, obviously you messaged me and said, we're going to do a festival podcast, and I went, I'm not going to be able to say much.
There we go.
Not really gone to festivals.
Yeah.
But I want to talk
That's
to you
why when
guys...
we done the sex one, you couldn't really get
It's hard being a virgin. So the reason I couldn't, and the reason I've only just started going to festivals, I say started going, I've been once, but I am going with you guys soon, is because I had a previous misconception, I'm going to say now, because I did enjoy it, but I know it's a thought that a lot of people have. So I'd like you guys to convince maybe our listeners who don't go to festivals as to why you should. I'll give you the reasons why I didn't want to go originally.
Yeah.
Cleanliness. I'm very adamant. I know I'm a sweaty mess right now, but I can't stand the idea of not washing my hair every day. I don't like the idea of not showering constantly. So, how do you tackle something like that?
You don't really. Baby wipes, you know. I know, like, obviously you're going to come from like the guest area, but the showers and that, they're all like just a massive communal horror show from what I've heard. So I just embrace the fact that I'm going to be a bit smelly for a few days, take some baby wipes, some dry shampoo and get on with it.
I'll give you a little clue if you're going to Redden and Leeds. Redden, sorry. One I don't particularly want to give out because the more people that know, the worse the experience. But when I went and camped in Red, I think it was, you can leave Reading Festival and go to Reading Festival Town Centre. There's a Wetherspoons there. I think it's called the Hope Tap, if I remember rightly. I've been there numerous times. Have a little wash in their sinks. Lovely. It's better than at a festival.
Yeah.
At a festival, the water dribbles out of this little portable tap, and there's no soap really, unless obviously you take your own. Again, I'm going to sound Tory, but there's some fairly nice showers in the old guest area. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it is good. I am very much similar to you. As a kid, I had severe OCD. I used to really want to be clean. And
I remember nights out with Jack. We'd go on a night out club and we'd get home at 3 a.m. and the first thing I'd do is jump in the shower.
I still
You
do
still
it.
do that.
That's mental.
Yeah, I do it to this
I'm
day.
not that bad.
Yeah. After a night out, I'll have a shower. I have about 2 showers a day. Sometimes I have 2 baths a day. You just have to kind of embrace it. I feel like, without getting too deep, festivals are a different world. Everyone there usually loves each other. Everyone's in such a good headspace. It's basically like doing drugs without doing the drugs.
Yeah, the Reading Festival is like an alternative reality, really. It's like a bubble. You're in like this weird bubble where anything goes. You know, like it's crazy.
There's not many.
You can get away with a lot.
You don't get many
weird
fights
shit.
there.
No. But like you can do extreme shit there that you wouldn't normally do in day-to-day life, and then everyone just like doesn't bat an eye.
It's like going on your best night out you've ever had, but prolonged over 5 days. Or 4 days, 3 days, however long you go.
That's what I'd say. Before I went, I was very much under that idea. I lived my 4 days with baby wipes. And I think the main thing you probably need to remember actually in that is that everyone's in the same boat. 90% of the people there also are disgusting.
I'll tell you another tip. I know Jordan's the pro festival goer. Here's a tip I learned off a mate. All chip in, right? Say you go to Reading. And you know you're going early, say there's 8 of you, 10 of you, even 4 of you, all chip in, book 1 hotel room. You're not going to stay there, right? But say a hotel room's 100 quid, there's 8 of you, 12 quid each or something like that, right? Go in there, use the shower, spruce up, a hairdryer.
That's a great shout.
That is actually the smartest idea.
Do you know what I mean? Do that, and then you're good to go. You don't have to sleep there. You're paying 12 quid.
Yeah, that's really good.
So that's a little.
That's a good shout. That's a huge shout. That is.
There you go. There's a few ways to get past the cleanliness side of things.
Yeah.
The other thing I had is the lineup.
Right.
It's very varied, which is quite strange.
They've kind of lost their direction in the last few years.
So with
they don't really have one anymore.
The way some people look at it is, I don't like the headline acts. I don't want to go to a festival. But as you can probably tell from the way we've spoken about this, is that I think the atmosphere is one of the bigger things.
I think the camping experience is the biggest thing.
Yes.
100%.
So what do you say to the people who don't want to go purely because they only like 3 people out of the 100 that are on the lineup?
Literally, I went last year when the lineup was horrendous. It was kind of unanimously panned by a lot of people, but I went because I knew I was still going to have the sickest time because of the camping experience. The
camping experience is another world, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. It's another. The music is secondary when it comes to a music festival, funnily enough.
It's one of these things where you learn as you go. So there might be some 15, 16-year-olds listen to this who have not gone to a festival yet and may end up going to a handful. I was always against the idea of festivals till I went to one, and now I've been to at least 20.
Yeah.
You start... The first time I went to a festival was V Festival, and we got a bit of cardboard and we wrote down all the acts we wanted to see, and we circled the acts. And then as the older you get, the more chilled you get, and the more you just enjoy your friends' company and you enjoy the campsite. The lineup is secondary.
It really is.
You go for when name me another time when you can go on 5 like all day sessions, back to back consecutively, and not feel guilty about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I did that in Norwich, I'd be thinking, shit, it's a Wednesday. And I'm in bar 11. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Have you done that?
What?
What did you say? You went out? Sorry, what?
That's when I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
That's how you feel.
Yeah.
We have done that. We did 10 days in Bristol.
Yeah, but they're dark times. They're dark times that I don't
last week.
But at a festival, if you just go and you embrace the fact that you're not probably going to see everyone you want to see, and some of the acts you do want to see might not live up to expectations, you can have a good time. You can sit at your campsite, chat, and have a fucking laugh, and it's great. Watching the sun come down as you're sat in a big tent full of people having a laugh, that's kind of something I miss from the general campsite now. You don't really get that in the guest camp. But you have to kind of sacrifice something to gain other things in other areas. But
okay, so based on all that, what the last question is, I'd say, obviously we're going to have to try and ignore the fact that you're in the guest side of things now. The price. So when people go to see a band they want to see, they're probably paying £40, £50
you're
max.
never gonna get value for money in music like you do at a music festival.
Yeah.
Because you like you say, like, what was Post Malone, like 85 quid a ticket just to see Post Malone? Well, you seen Post Malone and all the rest, and for £215, something like that.
Do you think people need to...
and you get the camping experience.
bear in mind...
the entire experience, all in, probably with your booze and all your equipment and that, you're probably looking at about £300-400 quid. Maybe $5 if you're enjoying
I'd prefer that to an all-inclusive 5-day holiday in Lanzarote.
Exactly, and you're getting a lot more for your money, in my opinion. So
I would say, if you can get yourself down to Glastonbury, go. It's unlike anything else you'll ever experience in your life. It's like a city within a festival. Everyone there's a lot older. The demographic seems to be a lot older, so it's a lot more calm, chilled, and then it gets Larry in the right places. Yeah. Second on my list, and my personal favourite, is Reading Festival. So get yourself there. That'd be my next. And then maybe even give little like local festivals a whirl. Give Latitude Festival a whirl.
Latitude, yeah, for us Easterners, East Anglians.
It's not bad. It's only down the road in Suffolk.
You got ones like Community, Truck.
Community is just a day festival, but it's still fucking great.
So if you were to give
like introductory level,
if you were to say a message now to anyone who's never been to a festival before, do you say jump straight into Glastonbury, or do you say warm yourself up? Do you start with something smaller?
I'll just say, just jump into whichever one takes your fancy, like lineup wise, or because I think although it's not about the music, initially it has to be to attract you there, So like if you're into your heavy music, fuck off the download, jump in and see what's going on. If you enjoy a vast range of music, then obviously Reading and Leeds is your kind of go to, and I think like Rise Festival is more mainstream, but yeah, I'd say. Just pick one, jump in, and I can assure you that you'll fucking have the time of your life. Like, so many people message me and they're just like, oh, what's it like? Oh, this is my first time. I was like, you're just going to have the sickest weekend. Yeah. You're just going to have the sickest weekend.
I think my biggest tips was, if you are worried about cleanliness, do the hotel thing I said. But other than that, mistake I made was like, I've paid the ticket, I may as well pay a little bit extra and go early bird, so you're there from the Wednesday. Personally, I wouldn't. Jordan may say otherwise. I wouldn't, because I think by the time Friday rolls around, you're already sticky, you're already dirty, and then you've got 3 days of music. If you're not too bothered about the cleanliness and you're just like, fuck it, I'm going to embrace it and go all in, and you don't have any nerves, then go for it. Yeah. For me personally, if I could rewind, I rock up now Friday afternoon, because I think Friday, Sunday, that's good enough for me. Maybe that's my age. And the biggest tip I will give you, above all else, doesn't matter, obviously get a decent tent, but doesn't matter what kind of sleeping bag you have, doesn't matter any of that stuff, take a pillow.
Yeah.
Take a pillow. I didn't take a pillow the first year, and I had to bunch up my dirty clothes, use that as a pillow. A pillow helps more than you'll know. Yeah. Like, literally more than you'll know.
So the last thing I think I'll say on that is based on the age thing. Something I think I've noticed with even clubbing, just going to a nightclub. When I first started going, it was very much about where are we going? And now it's more about who are we going with? Yeah. And I think that, I suppose you can take that into a festival as well, as 100%. That where you're going may not matter too much. It doesn't matter who the headline is. Like, as we're going to Reading, I'm not the biggest Post Malone fan, but I guarantee I'll be fucking buzzing when it's happening, because I'm going to be with you guys, I'm going to be with people I care about and that I have the best time with.
Yeah. You also meet a lot of people, like in the camp. You'll soon meet and talk to the people camping around you.
You will.
And sometimes make friends.
I went once and saw this Australian guy getting out, a bit of a stereotype, but he got out a crate of Fosters from his tent, and I got chatting to him, and he turned up on his own. And he just rocked up.
That's mental.
Yeah, and he just camped near us, and he said he was having a sick time.
That's the kind of person that I look at going, what a weird guy, and I'm going, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I could be. I wish I could do that.
Apparently he was just backpacking around the UK, like English people or British people do in Australia. He's done that reversed. Not as glamorous, really, when you're going to Luton, then you're Hull, then you're Charlton. But
then you're at Reading.
Yeah, then you're at Reading, and that's good. Yeah. So if you are at Reading, go on, Jordan.
I was just going to say one tip. Listen, right? it doesn't matter what the weather forecast is, take a waterproof piece of footwear, whether it's walking boots or wellies, because if it pisses down and the floor gets churned up, you are not going to want to be in Vans, I can fucking assure you.
Yeah.
But also, as Jack did say, we're in the guest bit. We can shower. If you are sweaty and disgusting, don't come near us.
They can't. They haven't got the ticket. There we go. We'll leave it there. This has been the bumper special of the festival special.
Beast of an episode.
It's
Sweaty
hot. It's hot, but
as fuck.
I'm glad we did it. Get yourselves down to Reading and Leeds and all that nice stuff.
Yep.
If you can, in the future, get an opportunity to head to Glastonbury. You'll never, ever forget it. You'll have the time of your life. Stevie, thanks.
Yeah, it's so hot.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm very excited, especially after that. I think that's
got you in the mood.
It's got me hyped for it.
That's what I'm here for.
Now I've got to wait a month.
I'm here to lift you. It's not that long.
It'll fly by.
It will. Jordan, thank you very much.
Pleasure, mate. As always.
Looking forward to going to a festival with the festival guy as well. See what that's like. Guys.
And me.
You're there. You're baggage. This has been the Happy Hour podcast. Doody Rhino, Stevie White. We'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Finished.
Boom. Done and done, guys. That is how we do. Now we've done it.